bought the Land Cruiser with the car trailer, but we're beyond the point of recovering with that now. Hi guys, we're out at Swan Gully Park, about an hour from Brisbane.
Yeah.
Just for the day, just driving the creek and testing out these Revolver shackles that I've made, homemade. Dodgy.
We've just popped into a section of the creek, see how far we can get. This
Yeah.
is one of our favourite things to do, the creeks.
I've got all the shocks pulled out because I'm testing out these Revolver shackles, so it was a bumpy ride in, and it's pretty rocky creek, so it's not going to get any better.
We like the rock crawling.
Yeah, nice and low, keep it safe.
That's what Gunnar likes. Hopefully don't break anything today. $45 for the day to come out here, nice and close to Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
Creek has started. Awful. I don't remember it being this hard.
Yes, Mr. Pistachio is back for another episode.
I would have liked, I want an auto and coil. Testing out my Revolver shackles. What else to do on Father's Day? I got no shocks in either, you'll probably realise, but yeah, it's just we're gonna see where I'm gonna have to mount everything. But I think she's flexing pretty good. I got to work out the front still, but that's not too bad for leaf springs. I was outside this morning welding up new mounts for the things, and I had a couple of goes. I didn't have time to cut that back off, but she's flexing pretty good. We're only running one shock because I've taken them all out. I just didn't have time to take out the fourth one.
Rock hopping.
Yeah.
When you were babies, we were always like, it's all good, kids. Bouncy, bouncy, shaky, shaky, rocky, rocky. This is an awesome spot. Looks cool. Loving it.
Alright, the kids have got out, so it's nice and peaceful.
Quiet. Now let's quick, let's go and leave them.
Now let's chase them.
We're not fast enough.
Not fast enough, hang on,
We'll get on the flat.
Get him when we get over this rock.
Let's be some cross-country training.
Old days when it was just us.
I know.
It was so quiet.
Right, let's just sit for a minute and enjoy the peace.
Yeah, let's do that.
How cool's this?
Yeah.
Alright, it's going to try this bit.
But Lisa wants me to try this bit. I'm pretty sure we're going to get hung up. It's just telling me, no, really sweet.
Look open four.
So I guess we're doing
Oh,
it.
look at that.
See how we go. Looks a little tricky. Few big boulders.
Not the ones that are on the road.
We have dips just stay in the middle of that rock.
We've always loved the creeks. Down low. And then you're going to have to go to your left. Your left and then, yep, a bit more left. Yep, keep going straight now. Straighten up. Straighten up. Not maybe hit another rock. Probably back of these. Oh yeah. Look at that flex. That is sick. That was pretty cool. Look at this awesome spot.
I don't know how far up this creek we're going to get because this is getting pretty hectic. I've seen other people do it. There's tyre marks on the rock, so but we're by ourselves. I bought the Land Cruiser with the car trailer, but we're beyond the point of recovering with that now.
Go Gunner.
If you can't break it on that, then I'd say that these shackles are working alright.
I think we've found a pretty good spot for lunch. What do you reckon?
I reckon this is the
This is
spot.
awesome. Who's ready for lunch, kiddies?
Lunchtime. Having lunch on the rocks.
Picnic time.
And this is where we've got to drive now.
What's my seal?
I've got a feeling that we might not get much further.
After lunch, we've come and had a little walk up the track. Just keeps on going. Never ending. And we're by ourselves, as usual. It's slow going in a creek.
How's that work? Looks like a ball bag.
Straight.
flex them like anything. It's pulling on the brake line, it's about to pull it out, so and it's not even off the ground yet. That is ridiculous. It's flexing up pretty good. Still got all 4 wheels on the ground, so we need to find something higher. She's pretty high. Looks like it's about to tip over, but it's not.
Right, this looks like a pretty cool spot. A little bit of a rock step to start. See how Gunner goes.
Rubber has scraped along here a lot.
Yeah.
But Gunner did it easy.
That was cool.
It's hard to walk up it.
Right, let's go. Daddy's waiting for us at the top. He's not even coming back for us.
How rude. The slower you
I'll race you. Go.
No, the slower you go, the less puff you get.
Race is on, Emily. The race is on. I think that was a tie.
No, I won. I win.
Okay, we just got back from Swan Gully. We just spent the day out there in the creek testing out these revolver shackles, which I was talking about earlier. A few people have asked on Instagram about how to make them, so I thought I'll just do a quick vid on how I did it. I'm not an engineer, as you can see by the quality. I'm just a guy in his shed trying to do dodgy cheap mods to make his car flex good. Everything's done on a budget. These cost about $18, I think it was. I think I worked it out. That's including bolts and everything. So basically you got your standard shackle, which is like that, which is sort of going to be something like that, and that's as far as that opens up. Your revolver shackle is going to drop massive, and you should get pretty good flex if everything goes to plan. So I got 50mm by 6mm flat bar, which is to make your basic shackle part of it, and I'll sort of show you how they go together. So remember when you drill your holes in this, because your bolts, I think that's a 16mm, and then your thread's not as big, so make sure you don't drill that hole as big, otherwise your bolt's just going to pull through. This is just 36mm inside diameter tube. I cut that the same width as the leaf spring to make it easy. I use this because it fits the standard bushes in. I've just cut the end off a shackle bolt and welded it in the end of there. So this is 36mm inside diameter, which happens to be the same size as the leaf spring, which fits your bushes back in, so that kind of made it easy. This is 34mm outside diameter, which kind of made that fit in there nicely like that, so it's meant to pivot. This is just 50mm by 6mm flat bar. That's your finished one. I haven't drilled the holes yet. So that goes in there, and then that washer there just goes over there. Gets welded onto that so that that all pivots. So weld this washer on here. Just tack it into place for now. And then this is your bigger diameter stuff, which slots over that. And that gets welded to the base of that. So just tacking all this together for now so that I can weld it fully later and clean it up. So get the piece with the bushes. I've just notched that out sort of super dodgily with my grinder. And then I'll just tack that on there. So then these bits just go straight through there. Roughly like that. And then I got another piece of this, which I weld on roughly 1 inch from there. Doesn't have to be exact. And then your other bolt. Okay, so it doesn't look pretty. Okay, so it doesn't look pretty, but I'll clean it up later. And then make sure you add these tabs after. That's why I weld that closer to there. You add these tabs, just one on there, so that when you flex, it stops and it doesn't invert. And then that's your finished product. This one's already spent the day in the car over the weekend, so it's kind of pretty average. But let's be serious, it wasn't much better when I made it. But I'm not too worried about the finish because it's going in an old 4-wheel drive and it's just going to get smashed anyway, so it is what it is. And then the idea is to try and keep it so that your original shackle, the holes kind of are fairly close, and then it won't be higher or lower. It'll just sit exactly where it's at. And then yeah, instead of getting the flex out of that, hopefully it ends up like that. We spent the day out at Swan Gully in the creek with no shocks in, just to try and see how far it would flex. And they work pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with them. Let us know in the comments if you make some. Obviously you can spend some more time on the finish. I'm not too worried about the finish because it's just going in an old Hilux anyway. And these are off-road only. I trailer this car everywhere. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Like and subscribe if you want to see more dodgy shed mods. If you do make them, just a quick handy tip on how to get them in and out, like easy if you just want to chuck them in for the weekend, is to just whack your jack in between your leaf springs rather than trying to jack the whole car up, and it just makes it way easier. You just unbolt it, rip it out. And rip it out, and you can literally change them over in like 5 minutes. That way if I need to drive the car on the road, I just whack my original shackles in and it's all good. We're going to the Springs this weekend, so I'm going to see how far up the travel ramp I can get and I'll keep you posted.